Mr. Carl Hopkins.
Evening, my name is Carl Hopkins. I'm a pilot and an airplane owner here with my plane based at the field. Been here for about 3.5 years. And I realize there's probably nothing the Commission can do about the subject that I'm to discuss, but I thought I would at least bring it to your attention. I've, like I said, been over at Atlantic, prior Mercury, then Atlantic for approximately 3.5 years. From the time I got there, I was paying $100 a month for a tie-down outside, and which seemed to be reasonable for the area. 2 months ago, 6 weeks ago, I received a note in the mail that said finally, after 3 years, I had a permanent tie-down spot. They had finally, after the ramp had been redone and everything, had assigned permanent spots. And oh, by the way, your new rent's $250 a month. Now, I immediately assumed that this was an error. After all, they had my Cherokee 180 listed on their form letter as a Cessna 172. So I figured, well, you just made a mistake and inadvertently charged me the twin rate. So immediately, I got that actually on the weekend. Monday I called over to Atlantic, asked for Roger. He was busy. Explained to the woman who answered what the situation was, and she assured me he'd call me right back. 4 phone calls and 1 trip over there later, during which every time Roger was unavailable and did not return phone calls, I finally got from the folks at the front desk that yes, the $250 a month was the new rate being charged for some people. Those who didn't buy enough fuel from Atlantic were charged $250 a month instead of $100. She was unable to tell me what enough fuel was, but it might be negotiated with Roger, assuming he was ever available. That's been 6 weeks. I, after that, called over and spoke with Hazel, and she called and talked to Roger and basically came up with, yes, that's the answer. If you don't buy enough fuel, although it's not certain what enough is, then you end up paying $250 a month. And she did tell me that out of common courtesy, she did ask Roger, out of common courtesy, to return my calls. He never has. And so 4 of us on the very first day moved over to Stratman, which is 110 versus Signature at 140. I took the opportunity to post this information on a forum, a Cherokee Pilots Association forum that has a tremendous amount of good information for us Cherokee pilots, or Piper pilots. And although there are 4,000 members, there are about 200 to 300 who log on every day or so. The highest rate anybody was ever able to report for tie-down was $170 a month, and I think that was at Long Beach. There was one at $125, and everything else was under $100. So it looks as though, in addition to being more than double the other people on the field, and of course that's 8 times what it is in the airports around us, Santa Maria, Santa Ynez, Santa Paula, Camarillo, etc. They also found nobody had ever heard of a situation where your tie-down fee was based on how much fuel you bought. They found frequently, as we had here, that you get, if you're a tie-down customer, you get a small discount on the fuel, a quarter to 50 cents a gallon less than the transient price. But nobody had heard of the other. Nevertheless, that's a situation. I've moved right over here. I'm quite happy over here, actually. But I thought I would let you know that there were 4 of us that moved the first day. I don't know how many other people have moved. I've driven by a number of times or taxied by, and certainly seemed like an awful lot of empty spots. But you know, sometimes that may be just people flying away. And certainly if at some point in time there's an opportunity to increase Atlantic's rent, 250% increase sounds reasonable to me. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.